Alright guys, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to show you how to balance your daily account as a POS operator. So whether you're just starting in this business or you've been in the business for a long time, so I'm going to show you how to balance your daily accounts uh, on your POS. Okay. If you are just starting out, you might be starting and doing this thing yourself, or you employ an employee. So I'm going to show you how to balance your accounts, whether you are staying there yourself in your outlets yourself, or you have an employee staying there for you. Okay. If you are new to this channel, click on the subscribe button below, and also turn on the notification bar, that's the bell icon, so that whenever I post any video on this platform, you'll be the first to know. And uh, trust me, we have a lot of valuable content on this channel. All right, let's get right into it. So I'll be showing you some things I don't know. So if you are just starting out, you might not have some of these terminologies, and I will be taking you through one by one. I'll be taking you through the formula I use personally to balance my accounts for all my employees. So all right, so the first thing on this formula will be the POS amount. So I'll explain everything. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let me just type everything out first. So I'll explain everything one by one. Rounds in. Okay. I think we need to let me show this. Okay. Okay. Let me show this. So that's POS minus transient. I'm going to show you what all this means. So, but let me just type the formula out first. Sorry, not minus, plus. That should be plus. Okay. So then we put minus. So it's a very simple way of balancing account. Very simple. So you might be familiar with some of these terms, so because they are just straightforward terms that you can use. So amount left. All right, let me drag this so that everything will be on the same line. So this is what I call the ultimate formula. Reload it. So this is what I call the ultimate formula. Okay, so the POS is the amount total, like this formula is meant for you to balance your daily accounts at the end of the day, or at a certain time of the day. Probably you notice that there is a difference in your money, and you might just stop everything and use this formula to check. All right, but usually you use it at the end of the day to balance your account. So the first thing here is the POS. So the POS is the amount total withdrawal customers do on POS. So let's say a customers came to withdraw. Let's say you did just 5 transactions. You do more than that, but for simplicity's sake, so let's say you do 5 transactions. One of it is let's use this. So let's say you do 5 transactions. You did 5,000. You did 2,001. Like, I mean, withdrawal. So we are taking, so because withdrawal is the same thing as a POS, that's what I mean by POS. So let's say you did another 3,200. Let's say you do another 4,200. So let's say you do another 1,1. So let's say this is the total. Just for simplicity's sake, people do way more than this. So, well, for simplicity's sake, okay, let's find calculator so that you can see what I'm trying to do here. So I'll also be taking you through a live example from one of my outlets. I'll show you their report for yesterday, and I'll show you how I manage it. But let me show you this first. So this is 5,000. So the customer came, he said he wants to withdraw 5,000. That's the, so all these amounts are the amount you press, the exact amount you press on the POS. Let's say a customer came and say, oh, okay, I want to withdraw 5,000, but I'll give you the charges, whether it's 100 naira or 150 or 200 you are charging. So I'll give you the 200 by hand. So you type 5,000 on the POS. So that's the amount you write down. And I believe by this time you should have a record book that you use to take record. So that's the exact amount you write, you put on the POS. So if the customer says remove 5,001, so that means type in 5,001. But in this case, let's assume you use is 5,000 naira. Then the second case, the person came, he said he wants to collect 2,000, but he should remove the charges from his account, or whichever, whatever the case might be. So that's 2,100. He put it down. It is the, remember, it is the exact amount you type on the POS, the exact amount on the receipts. That's what we are taking notes here. So this is POS. So you add all these figures together. You add all the exact amount, like all the POS withdrawal you did for that day. You add everything together. So let's do this. Let's say this is 5,000. This video might be long because after explaining, some people don't still get it, but it's very okay. What am I doing? Uh, some people don't still get it uh, because they didn't attend the live class, so, and they did not get the explanation when they went back to watch the replay of the live class. How am I typing? So this is 3,200, then plus 4,002 plus 1 So the total, okay, let's equal. So the total amount for your POS, okay, let's take another. Let's do another. So now let's type another one down here. So the total amount for withdrawal, let's check. That's 15,600. So let's bring our bracket so that you see what I mean. 15,600 naira. So you put the addition sign. Where is addition? So the second parameter here, I think this one is for POS. Okay. Okay, let me write this POS so you can follow. So let's enter POS so you follow me. So I'll be sure you follow. I don't want to leave anything out. So transfer in, this trans in you are seeing here is the, maybe you usually collect transfer from customers that want to withdraw and say, oh, I did not carry my ATM, do you accept transfer? Some of us do it, though it's not that safe, but we can't ignore it here. So now this is what I call trans in, that's transfer in, like that is the transfer you accept to your account. So you add that value to the POS amount. Okay, let's say you did maybe two customers transfer to your account. One is 8,000 naira. So in this case too, as for the POS, you put the exact amount the customer transferred to your account. Let's use 3-1. So now let's put 3-1. So first customer came, he transferred 8,000 to your account. That's the exact amount he transferred. The exact, remember, the exact amount he transferred is 8,000 naira. So that's trans in. So he transferred this. Then another customer came to transfer 3,001. So you add the two together. So that's okay. Clear this one. You add the 8,000 and 3,1 together plus 3,001. Even though we can do this offhand, but I don't want us to. So that's 11,100. So that's what you put here. You come here 11,100. So you close the bracket again. So then this minus, you put the minus, then bracket, another open bracket. So the next thing here is deposit. So you can see deposit. Deposit is the total amount of deposits, that is cash, customers that want to deposit to their account, or sometimes you call it transfer, or you call it transfer out, like the amount you want to transfer to the customer's account. Let's say customer came and say, I want to send money to my kid in school, let me send 5,000 to my kid. So in this case too, you are going to write the exact amount, like the money the customer wants to transfer. Let's say the customer wants to transfer 5,000 and it gives you 100 naira as charges. In the case of transfer, it is the amount you punch on the POS or on your app that you will put here. That is the amount you transfer. So that's what you put here. So that in this case, that means you transfer 5,000 to the kid in school. Let's say another old grandma came that, let me send this money to my son in Abakaliki. So she said she wants to send 2,600. So let me send 2,600. That's the amount you punch on the POS or on your app. So that means she will have paid you. Both of them, they pay you charges, so you won't add charges. So it is the exact amount you punch. That is, in the case of POS transferring, it is the exact amount that was inputted on the POS and on the what's it called, on your app. So that's the exact amount you are doing here. So we also, there's a place we will account for the charges, but not yet. So the exact amount you input on the system. So that let's this is a deposit. Okay, I will not caps lock deposit. Okay, so you add that together. Let's say I'm trying to make the value very small. So 5,000 plus 2,600. So that's the deposit you collected, you did for that day. So that's 7,600. Sorry, 7,600. So because okay, so you add this to charges. Okay, charges is the total, is your commission, the one you collect from the customer for each day. So that's the charges. So that's the charges. So let's say, okay, okay, let's say the first customer that came. Okay, let's say this person pay you 100 naira, this person pay you 100 naira. So the charges, you add all the charges, 100 naira, 100 naira, that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Let's say this person pay you 200. That's 7. So on your logbook you have everything tabulated. Okay, let's say the charges. All right, guys. So you have to add the charges together. So let's say in this case, this person pay you 100 naira. Okay, let's say all of them pay you 100 naira for simplicity's sake. So 100 naira plus 100 naira, that's 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. So that's the total charges. That's charges. So charges is 900. So charges. So the last part, okay, the other part is funds. So funds is the total cash, that is the total cash you use to work that day. Let's say in the morning you use 30,000 naira, 30,000, 30, 30,000 naira. That's what you use. That's the cash you brought to work. Okay, maybe later on when the money finish, you went to bank again to withdraw another 20,000. So that's 30,000. All these are in naira. So let's say after on you went to withdraw another 20,000. I'm just trying to make these values very small so that you can understand and follow through. So you withdrew another 20,000. So that's the total funds will now be 50,000. Okay, we've not added the charges to this column. You're supposed to put the charges, that's 900. Then you add that to the funds. The funds, at first you brought cash. That's what I mean is cash. Like the cash you brought is the funds. Then the so the other cash is, so you add the two together, that's 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. So the essence of doing all this is for you to know that how much should be left with you at the end of the day. That is, how much are you left with at the end of the day. So amount left is the cash you are supposed to have with you at the end of the day. Amount left is the cash you are supposed to have with you at the end of the day. So now let's do the calculation. Let's say, okay, it's equal to amount left. Let's do the calculation one by one so we won't miss anything up. So let's drag this up. Right, so let's do this. So 15,600, let's add the first two brackets together. So I'm doing this. Some of you might if you're watching this, you might be advanced than this, but trust me, there are some people we need to just explain. So 26, so that's 26. So sometimes simple things might look complex even to people that know a lot. So which is why I need to 26,700, which is why I need to go through everything one by one. So that's the total for the two uh for these two in the first bracket. So you put the minus. So you add 76 plus 900. Okay, let's add the second bracket together, plus 900 plus 50,000 equals to, that's 58,500. 58,500. Let's put another bracket, 58,500. So let's put our equal to back. Okay, sorry, equal to, so amount left. So amount left. Okay, equal to amount. Should we use that? Okay, so that will be equal to amount left. Okay, yes, let's do that. So amount left. So amount left. So that will be 26,700. So this will actually give you a negative amount. That means, so the assumption is that you put employee there, or you are the one that, so but it will definitely show you the amount you are supposed to be left with. So that means you are supposed to be left with 38,000 minus 38,000. That's, so don't mind the negative. The negative, the brain behind the negative is that I assume that you put an employee there. So that means the employee is owing you 30, that is, she's supposed to remit 31,800. That's why it is negative there. So that means the amount left now will be equal to, so will be equal to 31,800. So that means the cash at the end of the day, the cash you are supposed to collect from the employee should be 31,800. So now, if let's say the employee spent maybe 200 naira or 100 naira for anything or something, or let's say she has expenses or something, you can just, so maybe it's 200 naira, you can just remove the amount from this 31,800. So let's say it's 200 naira, that means she's supposed to be left with 31,600 naira. So basically that's how to balance your daily accounts. So now let's go to my WhatsApp, so that you can see a live example of what I'm talking about, and we are going to check together whether this employee's account is balanced or not. So because all my staffs, I create a WhatsApp group for them that they send their reports daily. So let's check one of them. Hope will not be revealing people's personal details here. Let's check. I don't want to. Okay, let's use this one. Here. Okay, so you can see, for me, I always ask them to send, this is the way they send the reports. You can also copy this, so this is the way they usually send the reports. You put the date, the employee will put the date, her name, so there are two employees in this outlet, the location, the terminal ID, that is for the POS, because sometimes we normally use multiple POS. Then this will help you, maybe for a particular day, maybe you change your terminal and the customer comes around maybe 2 months later and says, they debit me here. So you can just come to the report and check the terminal they used for that day. So every terminal has terminal ID. Then the POS amount, the way you are seeing this there, so this one, I think they use two POS, then USSD. There's something we call USSD, that is, this is like our own transfer in. So this one will be your own transfer in. So they usually add the two together. So now let's go through this. Let's use okay, let's copy this over. Okay, let's copy this over. We only need this. So the other part, okay, this is the part you need. This is the most important part, but I usually ask them to send this breakdown. This is the breakdown of the transaction they did. Like, they will put 1 1, so that I can do the calculation and check whether the charges is correct, because some employees might want to steal from you. So this is deposit 2. They will also do the breakdown one by one. Okay, so I did 7,000 deposit, just one. So you can see the way they break it down here. Then USSD is like the transfer in, that is this one. transfer in, so we will use USSD. So now let me copy the first part over. You can see the first part contains all the total amounts. This one is just the breakdown of everything. So but this is what we need. Let's copy it over to that one single screen so we can check whether this employee's account is balanced. Let's paste. Sorry, let's paste it. Let's paste it here. Okay, let's confirm it. This is not so okay. Sorry, mistakenly remove the mouse. So this is the report for 21st of June 2021. All right, you can see everything is here. So you can see the okay. Let me put this. Okay. So now this is the PO. Let's match everyone. This is POS. POS is here. Transfer in is the USSD. So this one is maybe she used two POS. So I think she used two POS here. So you can add it to. So this is oh, I want everything to be on the same line so that you can see it. Let's draw this here. Draw this here so that we can see everything. So there won't be any mess up. Okay. Okay. Let's drag this. Okay. Might not be able to. Okay. But this should be okay. Okay. Let me just drag it now. Let me drag it now. Okay. All right. Yes. This is what I'm looking at. I want everything to be on the same line. So now these are the parameters. Now this is POS. You can see this is the POS. This is USSD 12,200. You can see that's the transfer in. That's what we call to USSD. Deposits. You can see our total deposit is this, and I usually tell them to put the number. She did 22 deposits. So as I've said earlier, these ones are very small. If you are doing the business, your volume will be as much as this, probably if you are in a good location. uh so if you are yet to take my course, my online course on how to start the POS business, it is free on YouTube on this channel. You can go through all the content and I show you how to get a good location and how to do a lot of things. So okay, so this is 12,200. Okay, this is the total POS. So I just added everything together, that is everything in these brackets. So she added everything together to give her 215,200. That is the everything in these brackets, POS plus this, that's everything here. So the deposit, you can see deposit 130. You can see charges is 6150. So the charges is you add the charges for the POS, that is for the withdrawal, and the charges for deposit. Maybe you have another service too. The charges she collected, that is the charges she collected, the commission she collected from the customer. So you add POS charges plus transfer in charges plus deposit charges. So that's what gives you the total charges there. So deposit, then funds. Funds is the total funds here, as I've said earlier, something like this place, total funds. That's this funds. Then amount left. This is the cash she has at the end of the day. So we'll see if this is the amount left. We'll see if this is what she's supposed to remit. All right, let's go. What can we do? Should we just don't want us to okay. I think I just want us to do this. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see, if you'll be able to see this. Okay. Okay, let's use the top here so that you'll be able to see it. So you'll be able to see everything, so you'll be sure. Okay, sorry, this is taking longer, but let's understand everything. All right, let's use this space here to do our calculation. Let's use this space to do our calculation. So what we are trying to do is to check if our account here is balanced. So the first parameter we need here is the POS amounts. That is, okay, let me drag this here so you can see. So the POS, okay, let's put the first bracket. So the POS amount is okay, let's add the two POS together. That's 188,000 plus 15,000. Your own, since you are using one POS, I don't know, so it should just be one figure. That is, you add all the withdrawals together, so plus 15,000. I asked them to be separating it so that if I want to check the credit on the POS, I'll be able to know. So so the total POS is 203. It's 203. Sorry, 203 what's 203,000. So plus trans in. So that's I told you that trans in for us is 12,200. That's USSD. If you want to write USSD, just USUD also 12,200. So you close the brackets. So you put the okay, you close the bracket. So you put this minus here. Okay, as simple as that. So then deposits. So our deposit is 130,000. We are going to check together and see. So you can start writing this down yourself and also check before I finish. So plus, okay, plus charges. The charges is 6150. 6150. Then you plus that to the funds. The funds is this is the funds 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. So don't be amazed that this value is more or small. There are a lot of people that do way more than this, depending on your location, which I've said that you can read how to get a good location. You can learn how to get a good location from my online class. Okay, let's just call it amount left again. I don't know why I'm mixing this together with capital letter and small letter, but let's just leave that. So the next thing is to add this plus this. That's let's do that. 203 plus, okay, let's do this from the beginning. 203, that is this one plus this one, 123 plus 12,200. So you equal to, that's 215,000. That's the first bracket. Don't let us miss that. 215,000 plus okay, sorry, 215,000. We already added it. So bracket again. So you add 130,000 plus 6150. Sorry, is it 215? Sorry, this is 215 200. So you add 130,000 plus 6150 plus 100,000. 100,000. So equals to 236,000. Sorry, 236. I'm trying to so 236,150. 236,150. So let's put comma there. So equals to amount left mixing small letter again. Let's leave it that way. Okay, so 215. So this is what we're going to do. 215,000 minus 236. So let's say so 236. Let's clear that. So 215 200 minus, you can see minus 236,150. 236,150. So you can see 236,150 minus it, so you get 20,950, but this is 20,700. Okay, let's say 20. So you get minus, so that means amount left equals to, sorry, 2950. 20, so minus 2950. As I said earlier, since I put employee there, so I'm assuming what this means is that she's owing me 20,950, but she's remitting 20,700. But you can see that she said her expenses, maybe she bought something or so anything, is 250. So you subtract, you remove the 250 from this. That will be 2950. 2950, but that will be plus now, since we are, hey, oops, okay, let's say, okay, 2950. Okay, that will be 2950. 20, sorry, 20, 0 minus, that's the expenses is 250, 250, so equals to 20,700. So that means the final amount left, that is the cash she's supposed to remit, supposed to give me at the end of the day, she's supposed to give me at the end of the day will be 20,700. So it should be minus 20,000. So she's owing me minus 20,000. So if she gives me something other than this amount, that means there's problem with her account. So, and she needs to check the account and check if everything is uh there. All right, that's how to basically balance your daily account. So if you have any question, kindly leave it in the comment box below. I'll be there. I'm always online. I answer every question, even though you say thank you, I'll be there to say you're welcome. So all right, thank you very much for watching this video. So if you're here to subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe button below, and also give this video a thumbs up so that others who might be struggling with their accounts will be able to also figure out how to be clearing their accounts. Also turn on the notification button, that's the bell icon beside the subscribe bar, so that you'll be the first person to receive updates when I post videos, valuable videos like this. All right, thank you very much, and see you.